Hello everyone, it is Saturday 27th of July. I'm going to do another ramble like I do most weeks, but I'm going to first show you what I've got on my desk. It's a bit more cluttered than it was last week. I've been working on a few bits during the week, although it has been hot this week, so not done as much painting as I wanted to do. But yeah, I'm going to turn the camera around, I'll show you my desk, and then we'll get to hopefully about an hour's painting. Right, so like I said, a little bit more cluttered than it was last week. We've got my human Blood Bowl team, all 16 players there, and the ogre is there. I've got my Chaos Defiler, which I've been working on a little bit this week. As you can see, the gold's all highlighted, dry brushed. I've been working on the black for the armour. Obviously it needs more work, nowhere near finished. It's another part of it right there. So the black's quite solid on there, it needs highlighting, and then silvers will be added and stuff like that. I might get some of that done today, depends how far I get with my Death Guard Terminators. Still got that Doom Ball. He basically needs his flesh highlighting, the bone colours highlighting, and he needs to be based, and I've got to highlight the hair as well. We've got some very random bits and pieces. We've got a Necron Warrior, a Necron Destroyer, a Deathwing Terminator, which was very badly painted, but is now totally clean. I did some stripping at the weekend. That Reaver you see there was also stripped. Turns out that contrast paint strips really well in Methylated Spirits. Literally just falls off it. Got a old Slaanesh Demon Prince, which I'm going to strip and reuse for something. Got that Imperial Fist, which was my test model, and got the Termagant, which was also my test model for the contrast paints. And then we've got still got those Blood Bowl trophies. I might undercoat them at some point, but you know, I've got a lot on. And then on my desk, these are the things I'm going to be working on this week mostly, I think. We've got my three Death Guard Terminators, and the model just so for reference, so I can see what I was working on. And yeah, so hopefully I'll get these Terminators finished either today or tomorrow. I mean, they're not far off from being done anyway. They've got another layer on the skin to do. Some dry brushes, some edge highlights, and then I've got to base them, and they're more or less done then. I've got to paint the eyes red, but yeah, they're quite close to being finished. So I'm going to set the camera up and I'm going to get to painting. Okay, so I've actually been doing a little bit of painting off camera because the camera needed charging. I forgot from last week. So what I was actually doing was I was dry brushing the bone colour on the Terminators, and I started to work on the skin. So I've got a second layer of skin to do, and that's where I'm going to start. Now the fleshy parts on these Terminators will then need a glaze, because the fleshy parts of my Terminators they're quite rotted flesh sort of thing, so they get a glaze of yellow. Lamenter's yellow, yeah, which is now not a colour that Games Workshop sell anymore, but I still like it. So yeah, so the past week it has definitely been hot. Thursday was the hottest day on record in the UK, and it was very uncomfortable. I couldn't paint on Thursday. Wednesday was quite bad. I only got a little bit of painting done, and then I did a little bit yesterday on these guys, just a bit of dry brushing and stuff, but hopefully getting a lot more painting time done today and tomorrow hopefully. So the weather's broke, it's a lot cooler, and typical British weather, it is now miserable. It's been raining most of the night, and yeah, one extreme to the next. That's enough to talk about weather. It's yeah, my week's not been too bad. Played Apocalypse at the club on Monday. I mean, some people don't see the point of Apocalypse. For me, it's being able to get more of your models down on the table than you would normally. First time playing using my Corn Demons. First time using my Death Guard. It went quite well. I mean, I would say I lost, but strictly speaking I didn't, because we drew the game. So yeah, all in all, not too bad. The new rule set is good, except for one exception, is that you just pick out characters whenever you feel like, which is a bit dodgy, but it's the only kind of rule that sticks in my mind that I didn't like. Is the fact that the only negative to picking out a character is your -1 to hit him, which it's not enough to protect your characters, so you're just gonna continuously kill warlords and stuff very easily. I mean, some warlords are easier to kill than others, but still, it's way too easy to just target the enemy warlords, get them off the table. Really hampers your enemy then. But there you go. It might be something Games Workshop changed further down the line, I don't know. The Apocalypse rule set seems quite self-contained. I don't think there'll be any more coming out for it. So I will just have to see further down the line. I watched wrestling as well. It was the reunion show on Raw. That was Monday after the club, which is quite cool, seeing some of the old wrestlers back. But it was the show itself was a bit crap, but especially because the main one that I wanted to see, which was Stone Cold, he didn't appear till right at the end. So yeah, since then I've been back to work since Tuesday. Tomorrow's my last night on shift, so I've got Monday off. I'm going to be taking more Mondays off because I want to be at the club more. I'm missing my wargaming, so I've booked some Mondays off. So hopefully get me back into gaming a bit, and hopefully will have a knock-on effect and make me want to paint more, because my painting has been a bit slow of late. Fair enough, like the weather's not helped. Sitting and painting when it's 30 something degrees out isn't particularly great. So that's his flesh done, except for the glaze. I've still got to do the glaze, of course. So yeah, it just seems like the weather's broken a bit now. It's back to good old British weather. It's overcast and it's could rain any second, and yeah, got soaks coming from home 2 days running. What happens when you go to work in a fleece and no jacket? But yeah, looking at wargaming things, now you've got Warcry is being released this week. It's either on release or it's on pre-order. I think it's coming out. It's come out this Saturday. Now people at the club have been asking whether who's getting into it, and I'm not. I've got way too much other stuff going on to start yet another game. So I'm going to give it a miss for a little while. I might pick it up further down the line, but I don't know. The models look cool, but it's Age of Sigmar. I'm not particularly engrossed in that at the moment, so I mean, I'm more into my 40k stuff, so I might just give it a miss for a little while and see further down the line. So this guy, he's got like a big turtle shell on his front. Let's see, there. He's also got a weird new set of arms, which I've been painting, like a fleshy colour, and I think it looks fine. That's the second one done. Now these are quite close to being finished now. Got a few details to do, like the weapons. I've got like the tabards and that to paint. A little bit of detailing and stuff, but they're quite close to being finished. And I definitely want to get them finished over the weekend. I don't want to drag it out any more than that. It's these 5 will leave me with 25 left for the year to hit my 200. And then I can just get on with doing what I want to do. I'll keep painting. But I'll kind of paint what I want to paint. I mean, I've been doing that anyway. It's I don't paint to a set army. I don't think I've got to get this army finished for then and stuff like that. I've been painting more or less what I felt like painting all year. I mean, I would love to get the Blackstone Fortress set finished because I've got the new expansion for it waiting to be built. So I could crack on with that. I'm going to keep painting Death Guard so I can keep producing videos. Now I've kind of given myself quite a lot to do to catch up now, which is fine. I've got 8 Death Guard models to paint. I've got Plague Burst Crawlers still to finish. I've now got 2 Blight Drones as well, and 2 Lords of Contagion, which a lot of Contagion I'm not that fussed about. I may kit bash both of them and put them into my Terminator squad. At the moment my Terminator squad doesn't have like a dedicated champion model, so he might become the champion model. I don't know yet. Right, so we've more or less finished the flesh. I've got to do a glaze on it, but I've got to wait for that to dry first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to texture the bases, and then I'm going to crack on with something else. So for that, I've got my hidden drawer of paints. Got some Astra Granite. Now I'm going to just put that there. Get my spatula thingy and just start layering this onto the bases. Now I have to come off these paint handles for when I dry brush and stuff, but that's fine. when I paint the rim of the bases. So I mean, some people with their painting handles, they use them and abuse them. They spray paint on them and do all sorts. I don't do that. That's what my cork bases are for. They get abused quite a lot, but purely because these are £5 each. These Games Workshop paint handles. The cork holders that I use, I can get 30 corks for £3. So they're put on a 40mm base, which the 40mm base is reusable. It doesn't give us paint on it very much. And yeah, it's nice and disposable, shall we say. So that gets covered in paint rather than these. I mean, the Terminators were probably one of my best performing units in Apocalypse the other day. They took quite a lot of firepower and just waded through most of it. It did eventually die, my Death Guard Terminators, but it took a lot of firepower to take them down. Terminators are actually quite good in Apocalypse, whereas in 40k they kind of suck. So that is number 1 with his texture paint laid down. Cracking onto the second one. And like I said, these have still got some work to do on them. They've got to paint the tabards and stuff like that. But I wanted to get the texture paint down because, quite frankly, I plan on finishing these tomorrow. So if I decided to do the texture paint tomorrow, then they'd be finished the day after. So, and the day after that is Monday, which I'm at the club all day. So, well, I'm at the club most of the day. So I'm working Sunday night, so I won't be there mega early like I normally am. So yeah, where I'm still relatively new to video making, video editing and stuff like that, and I'm only using my Windows video editor. It's the standard one that you get on Windows 10. So I'm still learning stuff. Every now and then I'll do a video and muck about with it and edit it, just to see what I can do with it. So what I want to try and figure out how to do is to put my voice over pictures. Now I think I've worked out how to do it, but what I'm going to do is try out something, because I set up a video channel for Battlelux probably about a year ago now. It's got one video on it which is my test video for a battle report, which I never finished. I left it ages and the data got corrupted. So what I'm planning on doing is to do something that's specific for Battlelux, and post a video like of people's painted stuff for the month. So we've got a excuse me, we've got a painting group specifically for Battlelux members, which is it's a motivational group. I don't allow trolling on there because there's trolling everywhere and I get a bit sick of it. It's just something to help promote people to paint, somewhere for people to show off what they're doing, and excuse me again. And it's going good. I mean, I think it's got 50 odd members. It's regular posts. I'd say people post on there every day, if not every other day. I generally post on there quite a lot as well because I paint a lot. So what I'm going to do is a little video, maybe start of each month. Just go through what people have painted, put video up and credit the painter. And share it around social media a little bit. I mean, I've got to put some effort into the Battlelux channel. I know I've got to put a bit more effort into my own channel as well. I've got to do what this channel is about video. Try not to cough over all of it. So yeah, we'll do that for both Battlelux and my channel. But yeah, I'll get to it. There's no rush. I'm going to be here for a while, I would think. Right, so this is what I do now. The texture paint's done on all three. Now I go back to them. This is the first one I've done, and basically all you do is you just agitate the paint, because with this textured paint it kind of if you leave it to just dry after applying it, it can dry very smooth, and with texture paint obviously that's not something you want, otherwise it's not textured. So I just go over and I just agitate it, move it all around again. It's already started to dry, so it won't then go smooth again. It'll end up with a nice texture on the base. Now there are other ways you could do this. You could put sand down, or you could put some granite rubble down, but I like this way of doing bases. All of my 40k bases are kind of the same. So the only ones that aren't are my Harlequins. My Harlequins have got base Age of Sigma bases, so it looks like they're on Elder Ruins. I quite like that. So like I was saying, with my Conquest stuff, I'm getting a bit behind now. I'll talk about this more in the Conquest videos, but I think the next stuff that's coming up is Chaos Cultists. Now, I don't see the point in Chaos Cultists in a Death Guard army. You might as well just take Poxwalkers. They are practically the same thing. Poxwalkers are a bit tougher. Don't have ranged weapons, but that's fine because you want to get them in combat anyway. Just to everyone done. So yeah, so the Chaos Cultists will probably be added to my Black Legion army, and I've already got a lot of Chaos Cultists in my Black Legion army, so again, more Chaos Cultists. Right, so I'm going to carry on with the Defiler. Just carry on applying the black on the armour. Now this is a new pot of black because my other one I totally ran out. So this is from one of the Conquest magazines. I've basically been building up the paints from those magazines and not using them because I've got those paints mostly anyway. And this is the second layer on black, so it just needs to be quite thin. Lots of water. Now the reason this guy's getting painted is he done really well in the Apocalypse game. Demon Engines have a rule where they regain wounds. He starts with 3 wounds and he also gains wounds or something like that when he deals damage to enemy units in combat. So he's quite resilient. Takes quite a lot to take him down, and he didn't get taken down. He ended up helping taking out a whole 2 detachments of deep striking guys. So he was the linchpin for the killing all the Terminators, which was cool. I mean, looking back at the game, I could have split my detachments better, but I didn't. So, like my demons, only 1 unit made it into combat, and they made it into combat with Guilliman. They did cause 6 damage on him, which he failed enough to actually go down, and then he resurrected like he does. Which the turn after, I obliterated Guilliman's whole detachments. I killed all the Marines, which was cool. Didn't actually kill the big man himself though, so sad face. But he's always been difficult to kill in 40k and whatever, so mate, I'll get him next time. I'll also try to remember to take some photos next time, so I totally forgot. See, the thing for me, Apocalypse is a big deal. So I've been running games of Apocalypse at the club now for probably 6 years. Even before I was an elder, I was running some. They're kind of my thing. I love the big games of 40k and 30k as well. Run big games of 30k is probably at the moment better, in my opinion, better than big games of 40k. So I've not played 30k in a little while now. I'll get back to it at some point. Usually do. But yeah, I'm playing 40k on Monday, using my Necrons against Admech. I'm in 2 minds what to put into the army. was taking my standard 2K4 that I always take, because it's all fully painted. It's become a thing now. I like using fully painted armies, but obviously I didn't on Monday because I'm painting one of the guys that I use right now. So I was trying to figure out what I could put in the army that would make it still all fully painted, and the big obvious one that came up was the monolith. I don't want to put that in my army. It's a big turn 1 kill. It's if we get a deployment which means we're far apart, it will do absolutely nothing, because 24-inch range on all its guns. It can't flat out, or it can't advance, so it's going to be a couple of turns before it gets into range. And to be honest, its guns are lacking. It's not it's not very powerful, it's not very tough anymore either. So I mean, other Necron vehicles, they look, yes, they're more flimsy, but they've got stuff like living metal, keeps them alive, quantum shielding, which keeps them alive as well. I think Monolith has living metal, but it doesn't have quantum shielding. So if my opponent knows that, it means turn 1, any anti-tank stuff like las cannons will go against the Monolith. And Admech have quite a lot of anti-tanks, so nice big turn 1 kill for a unit. It doesn't even have a 2-up armor save, which is stupid, or an invuln save. But what can you do? You can't tell the writers to change the rules because you don't like them, so the models just don't get used. Simple as that. I do have a second one of them as well, which isn't built yet. So right, so that's the black on him. Right, found some more. Now the black on him is done. So I'll get that little bit up there. Cool. Black on that bit is done. The Reaper autocannon is already done as well. So I'm going to start on the legs. Now, this Defiler, as much as that pose is quite good, unfortunately, the legs will come off. Not that one, that one. So what I'm going to do is just start work on the legs. Paint the black armour, give it its first layer, and see where we go from there. Yeah, like I said, Warcry looks really good. The models for it look awesome. But and I know people at the club will be playing it. It's just I've taken on too much stuff of late. We've got a Blood Bowl League starting up in a couple of weeks. We've got I was getting into playing Necromunda. A few people were. We were starting to pick up Battlefleet Gothic as well. And Necromunda and the Battlefleet Gothic stuff is kind of gone quiet. I think I want to run a Necromunda campaign after the Blood Bowl League's done. I mean, I could run it during, but I don't want to distract from the league too much. So I think I'll just run it afterwards, it'll be easier. Then we'll be closer to the time when we should find out what's happening with work, so I can plan a bit more. I can book some more time, more days, Mondays off and stuff like that, so. Yeah, we just don't know with work whether I'll be kept on, when our contract actually finishes. I was under the impression it was September, but we keep hearing different things from different people, so we're just going with the flow, see what happens when it happens. But yeah, I'm hoping with the weather getting cooler that I can get a bit more painting done now. That's him. Just rest on there. It's that first leg. I mean, it's still warm. I mean, if I wasn't recording the video, yes, I'd have my fan on. But it's not unbearably warm. It's just a bit stuffy and muggy now. Now I know with this black, it's not. You're not getting great coverage on the over the gold, which is fine. Because you'll always apply a second layer. You can always apply a second layer. I would anyway. Really give it a strong, solid black colour, and then you can edge highlight. With my edge highlighting for black, it's one edge highlight that and the black's done. So it's relatively quick. But yeah, as well as my Death Guard stuff, I'm aiming to try and get more of my Chaos Army painted. At some point I'm sure I'll get back on Blood Angels, but I mean, I was actually tempted to start painting some of the Primaris Blood Angels earlier in the week, but like I said, it was a bit warm, so I didn't. But yeah, I might do that in the next couple of weeks or so, depending on it when I catch up with my Death Guard. So I'm aware the Terminators, I've dragged it out a bit. It's been excuse me, it's been a couple of weeks since I've been painting the Terminators. Still got the Plague Burst Crawlers finished as well. And then on to the newer stuff, which I did get a second issue with the Bloat Drone and the Plague Marines, so I've got quite a lot, but I'll get there. By the time Conquest is finished, the army will be fully painted. So, because the way I look at it is the last couple of months, there's not really much in there for Death Guard. I think in the last 8 issues, the only Death Guard thing is, I think, Typhus. I think he's the only one model that's in there. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure there's not a lot. But yeah, it would be really nice to get this model actually fully built rather than have legs coming off of it every 5 seconds. I'm just worried about where I'd put him into a case, but I'll figure that out closer to the time. Or I'll figure it out when he's done. That's what I normally do. It's quite good considering the amount of models that I took with me for the Apocalypse game. I managed to get it all into 2 cases, which is pretty good. I mean, fair enough, they were, one of them was an Apocalypse case, so it should hold big stuff quite easily, and it did. It's the New Games Workshop Apocalypse case, so I've got the old one as well. The old one, it has all my Blood Angel tanks in it and my 2 super heavy tanks for Imperial Guard as well. I don't think anything's seen the light of day out of there in a while, but it will do eventually. I mean, I could jump on and get the Shadow Sword and Baneblade that I've got finished. Wouldn't take too much work, I don't think. Fairly close to being completed. And this Defiler is another one of my bigger models that I said I was going to get painted this year. Because I was aware last year, although I had 200 models, almost all of it was infantry, which isn't a problem, but it'd be nice to paint some bigger stuff. Right, so I've got about 20 minutes left. I think I'm just going to pause the video for a minute and go and grab a drink. And then I will get to painting the rest of the black on this one here. So I'll put all this stuff up here and I will be right back. Right, so I'm back. We've got another about 20 minutes. I'm going to sort out some of the black on this guy. And if you're wondering why he only has 3 legs come off, they actually came off after being put on. The glue detached. I think it was in a case when it happened, but makes it easier to transport a little bit, especially since the torso comes off as well, but the torso's never been glued on. I specifically made that because I knew that would be awkward if I tried to put that in a case, so yeah, the torso's always come off. But it'd be nice to get this guy finished. So I'm going to start on the claws and work my way back. Now, a lot of people have said, why did I spray it gold? It's because it's the way I paint Black Legion. I'd rather fill in the black and then paint the trim of the gold, because with the gold I dry brush. Basically the gold's really simple, it's just Retributor armour, Agrax Earthshade all over, and then dry brushed with Sigmarite. Very, very simple, but it's quite messy, so I'd rather get that done first and then hit the black afterwards, because the black I could just fill in like this. And then, like I said, all I do with the black then is I give it an edge highlight of, I think it's Dawnstone. It's not Dawnstone, Etching Grey, and that's it. The black's done. I don't want the black to look too grey. I want it to look black. So just one edge highlight, and that's it. That's what I've done on all my Black Legion so far, so I'm not going to change it now. But yeah, having most of the army out, it did make me realise how much full chaos I actually have now. And yeah, it was 3 combined armies, because it was my AOS Khorne Demons as well as my Death Guard and Black Legion. But it was even, I pinched my World Eater Spartan, used it as a Black Legion Spartan. But yeah, it was a good game. My Lord of Skulls did die on turn 1, which was annoying, but hey ho, it happens. And like I said, my demons, except for 1 unit, all got wiped out before they got to see combat. I tried to bring them back. There's one card when you play demons. It's called Possession, I think. You play it when a Psyker tries to cast a psychic power. There's a chance you get possessed by a demon. Now, the card itself is quite vague. It just says a demonic character. Well, the thing is, the big greater demons are demonic characters, including Scarbrand, which is a special character. So the Librarian did die, and then it's a dice roll of 7+ to see if the demon comes out, and he didn't, unfortunately. But it would have been Scarbrand, he would have got a second chance. But oh well. Maybe next time he might get in combat. Probably not, because people know how devastating he is, but there you go. So this is the first claw with his black armour plates done. Yeah, a lot of that's going to be painted silver as well. So unfortunately I've not had a lot of time to catch up on YouTube this week, mainly because I haven't been painting really, so I do tend to have YouTube on while I'm painting, or Twitch or something like that. But yeah, I've not really done much of that. So yeah, I've got a bit to catch up on when I start painting next week. Hopefully with it being a bit cooler, I've got a bit to catch up on. Now I still don't know if it's going to get me in trouble for me posting links to other YouTubers or not. I wouldn't think it would. But something I'll have to see further down the line. I'm really not sure. Like I said, I'm really new to this. I know I've been going nearly 2 years now, but it's all self-taught. I've not been through any classes or anything like that, although it's something I could think about doing maybe. One thing I do want to do is try another battle report. Again, it'll probably be at the club. We'll have to see who's interested in doing it. It has to be fully painted armies, so it looks good as well. And I'm gonna, because like the editing, the way of editing on Windows 10 is very simple. So I would, yeah, I want to give it a go again. I want to try it again. I'd really like to try and record a 30k battle report. See if that gets much interest, because from what I know of, there's not a lot of 30k battle reports out there. I know Mini Wargaming do some. Guerrilla Miniature Games used to, but doesn't really anymore. Games Workshop itself on Twitch does the odd one or two, but they're quite far apart. So yeah, I'll see what I can do. Of course, being 30k, it's easier for me because my army's fully painted normally what I bring, so. So that's kind of the first corner done. It took a lot longer than I thought it was, because I keep finding bits that I think would look good in black, so. I've got to make the armour more black than gold, because he's not supposed to be Gold Legion. But again, this is a first layer, so I can clean up and hit some more if I need to later. Just realised the camera's at quite a weird angle. way too late in the actual video to be bothered about it now, so I will correct it for next week. But yeah, as always, I'm going to try and carry on painting while I'm uploading the video, and hopefully have my fan on to cool myself down a little bit. Trying to get both sides the same. But yeah, it's the painting's coming on okay. Just lacking a little bit of motivation from time to time, but I think everyone does. It's easy to lack motivation when the weather's like this as well, so. But don't knock yourself, just get back to it when you feel like it. That's all you need to do. Run over a lot of the gold there, so I'm just going to have to clean that up later. It shouldn't be a problem. Of course, I'm going to try and paint till about 5 o'clock, and then I'm go and sort myself something to eat out before I go to get in the shower and get ready for work. I actually started walking again, like I was before. So last week, my last day on shift was Friday morning, and I walked home from work, which is cool. I mean, it's 45 minutes. I practically matched the bus, so if I had have waited around for a bus, I got home roughly the same time. So yeah, it's something I've been hoping to do, is do more walking. I mean, I'm still trying to lose some weight, but it's difficult because my job is very static, and there's not a lot of moving around. I mean, I could take my dumbbells to work with me and do them while I'm sitting waiting for trays to come out, but I don't think they'd take kindly to that, so probably not. And plus, they're a bit of pain to carry anyway. So if I had to carry them to and from work every day, they're quite heavy. Yeah, something else I did last week on Saturday. I think I did a video last Friday. I can't remember. I think it was Friday. On Saturday, me and two mates who, one of them I speak to practically every week, but I haven't seen him since Christmas. And the other one, neighbour of mine who I've known for years, we kind of pass each other on the street when he's going to work and I'm going home. We went out for something to eat, a couple of hours, just a bit of a catch up. It was quite nice. It was nice actually going out. I don't do that very often. If it's not wargame related anyway, I don't really go out much. But I should, I really should. It's just a case of finding something to do and someone to do it with. So yeah, I'm nearly finished with the front legs of this guy. I think I'm going to roughly call the video there. It's coming up to 4 o'clock now. So I've got about an hour so I can get on and upload and do a little bit more painting before I stop for the day. But yeah, it's the Defiler's coming on quite nicely. I thought I'd seen something that I've missed. Yep, the underside there. Just get that done. Like I said, there's still a long way to go with him. He's got a second layer of black to put on him. I've still got the first layer of black to put on some parts as well. But his second layer of black, and then all the silver parts need painting, and the black needs edge highlighting. So it's going to take a while before he's done, but I'm going to push on and get it done. So there we go. Been working on the Defiler today and the Death Guard Terminators. The Terminator's coming out fairly nicely. Like I said, should finish them tomorrow. And hopefully I can start doing this the Battlux painting thing. Start doing the video because it's the end of the month coming up. A lot of it will be mostly 1 or 2 people, but it'll be fine. But thank you very much if you've sat and listened to me rambling for the past hour. Much appreciated if you do watch these. If you like what you see, please subscribe. And I will catch you next week. Bye bye.